There's a difference between being a leader and being a transformational leader, okay? I hope that your goal as a leader is to be able to leave and everything is still functioning and working properly because you did such a great job of creating that shift and change, right? I hope that if you decided to move on from the company, you know that it's gonna work just fine because you were such a great leader that you replaced yourself. And I know that sounds scary, but that really is it. You're such a great leader that you become replaceable. This is the last part of leadership. The greatest tragedy, in my opinion, is wasted human potential. And most of us aren't functioning to our potential, either because we don't know our own potential, or whoever we're working with can't see our potential, and they don't know how to pull that out of us. Okay, this is the hardest part about leadership. People leave companies not only because of company culture, because they feel like they can't grow. And it's up to us as leaders to figure out, how do I make them grow? How can I develop them, and what's their trajectory? The first thing is engage in meaningful conversations so that you can figure out what they want, right? It's leading with those questions. It's, what do you want in this company? How long do you see yourself here for? Okay, what excites you about what you're doing? Just asking those key questions. How do you feel about your work? Do you find purpose? What do you want more of? Okay, just getting as much information as possible. The first thing you need to do is gather as much information, and then you can put the puzzle together. The second is get to the core. Get to the core. So it's not what an employee does and how they do it. Okay, I want to say that again because it's really important. And this is really common when an employee makes a mistake, or maybe when they're acting out. It's not what they're doing and how they're doing it. It's why they're doing it and where does it come from. So if you have an employee that's causing some challenges, or if you have a team member that maybe you're butting heads with, and maybe they're not hitting the mark, or they're not selling and you're not seeing the results, get out of the picture of they're not making the benchmark, they're not selling. Break that. Why aren't they selling? Where are they getting into trouble? Okay, because there's always a core behind the underlying surfacing thing. I get a lot of companies say, well, my sales team, they're not working, they're not selling. Okay, why? Well, I don't know, I just know that they're not hitting the benchmarks at the end. Okay, but there's a reason why. Okay, so that's the question that we need to ask. I noticed that you're not hitting your results. Let's talk about it. What's going on? What's happening? Is there a lack of confidence? Do you have a hard time speaking and talking to clients? Are you comfortable? Do you have the resources and the tools that you need? Are you learning in the way that you need to learn? Everybody is a different learner. Okay, so it's not going to be cookie cutter where here's the manual and the handbook, read it and you're good to go. Some people don't learn that way. So it's asking these key questions. It's why and where. And the last is be a potential seeker. And this is the hardest one, truthfully. And I want you to think about this for yourself. How many of you are able to look at another individual and see their potential and see something that they don't see in themselves? And that's why we started with the self first, because it's hard to do that with other people if you can't see it in yourself. And that's why we always start there and then we move towards others. Okay, so being a potential seeker is so important as a leader. It's pivotal as a leader, because you need to be able to look at every single person and say, there's more in there. They don't know it, but there's more in there, and I know what it is, and I'm going to get it out of them. And that's the key to even sparking that next step of transformation. And that's when people are transformed, is when they say, you believed in me when I didn't think I could do that. I didn't want to be a leader. I didn't want to go into this. I didn't want to manage anything. I wanted to sit at my desk by myself. But you saw something in me that I didn't see, and then you worked and you helped develop me, and now I'm here today. And now I want to pass it on. And that's the full circle of transformational leadership. Okay, so